Hey guys, just Neal here, existing in the Matrix. I've looked forward for this day for a very long time. Me coming back with just Neal. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep this time, alright, because it's actually a really good time. After 8-9 doing this. This new location that I'm in, it's really convenient to the entire life and that I am building. You know, it it took me from a place of having the vision, having the mindset, having the determination and all of that and the focus, but my external world just wasn't reflecting that as much. And I knew the exact time and date and period and when it is the shift was going to happen. And as I was observing it, it just blew my mind how the universe clicks and twists and turns things in place. But if it is you're not aware, if you're not focused, you would totally miss it. I'm sorry for the lighting. I mean, even though you see my face, it's still kind of dark, but that's okay. All right, when I get a ring light or something, or a better location, right? But like I said in the description, I want to talk about the different dimensions that exist. Now, I won't go through the whole big detail, but just within the human spectrum and our surroundings. Because we tend to just see the earth as this 3D reality and not realize that the only reason why it's this 3D reality is because we are above that, right? So you can never see on the plane of awareness or consciousness that you're on. You always see the level below it. So for an ant, if an ant is walking, they're in a two-dimensional space, meaning that if animal is too large towards that ant, all that ant will see is like a blip pass it, like a black hole, just a red flash pass in front of him. He wouldn't know what it is. He wouldn't be aware of the size or magnitude of that thing. He just sees this a flash of bread or black or whatever pass in front of. Oh my gosh. That was kid trying to come without being seen. Yeah. So an ant will just see a flash of whatever shape or whatever pass in front of it. In the same way, there are high dimensional spectrums that we exist in, but we don't see it in this 3D aspect, or even the lower ones. So let me just give you some examples of what I'm talking about here and why it came about in my mind. Earlier today, I was with the children and they were playing I Spy, and I observed that the second one, he was very good at analyzing the angle your body is at and where you most likely will be looking at for the thing, because he was getting close to the locations that I was given. And he actually got two out of them, really and truly. The just now call coming through here. Sorry about that. Tell mama on a call. I'm not on a call, on a live. She go on the live. Yeah. Right. So while we were playing, so I said something. I said purple. And I spied something purple, and they were looking, and the second one went across and says, this flower here, and he got not just because it was, I mean, the tree had flowers, but not just the tree, because I said no to get a tree, I'll give them, but he actually went to the specific flower that I was actually looking at when I said I spied purple and touched it. I said, this is this beautiful flower here, and he used those words. They used beautiful. And the first one or the older one came, and he was like, that he said, but this is purple. And when he said it, he held his head and he realized, oh my gosh, I'm looking for purple. So I was trying to figure out. So what he was really looking for then? If I say purple, And then you could say, but this is purple, trying to deny that this is not what it is. Your brother said was true, and actually is what you were supposed to be looking for. And that's the thing. Sometimes in life, what we want is right in front of us, but because we are not aware enough. Get this up again. Let's go. Yeah. Alright. That's another good thing. You see, in this room that we are in, there's a door that leads outside without having to go through the rest of the house. And that allows us to leave without, so she doesn't have to disturb this. She can leave and go and deal with her. Right. So the plants. All right. The plants. I know. Such a point. I'll get back to it just now. The plants. All right. And the reason I'm touching on this as well too is because my second son, again, he was coming down and he said, I said, "What are you doing? Let's go inside, trying to brush your teeth." And he was lifting up my sunflower. It was dying, and he said, "I'm trying to get the plant straight." And I was like, "No, leave that. The plant is dying. Let it die in peace." And he said, "The plant." He said, "Plants can die." I was like, "Yes, they can die because they are living things." But when I said that, I realized that to him and his perception and knowledge so far, he's not aware that plants are alive because he's not seen them moving really and truly. So he doesn't really understand that a plant grows but much, much more slowly than a human being. And that's what got me the idea of doing this video, this live, coming back on. And it's so timing because I said to myself I was going to start back Just Neal, and I was going to name it Just Neal in the Matrix. When I get into my new location, I just literally halted everything. I did like little reels and stories just to keep the algorithm warm, but I really wanted to get back to doing Just Neals, and I said, when I come back, I will do Just Neal in the Matrix, with Just Neal existing in the Matrix, and I think that's the tag that I have my TikTok account on. I am going to be moving Just Neal existing in the Matrix onto TikTok. All right. For now, because Facebook is my biggest following, I am doing it here. But I am going to use TikTok as a platform to build, because it's one that's trending right now, and share those videos back to Facebook, Instagram, make reels out of them and stuff like that. So you guys can let me know what you think about that idea. I think I have enough of persons that kind of reach out to me, follow me, that I would get probably one or two persons giving their thoughts on that, taking Just Neal existing in the Matrix over to TikTok and then sharing to the other platforms. Let me know. So plants, they operate in a different dimension. Even though we are seeing them, to us they are still, but plants are constantly moving. It's just that the dimension that they exist in, it is just slightly out of our reality. So we are coexisting in this intermingling of dimensions. It's like it's stacked, it's layered. So to our animals, we would think that they see us in the same way we see them in this 3D construct, but not necessarily. We don't really know how an animal perceives. So they are perceiving, what they actually perceive is different lights of energy. Just like we would, when we get to our height, when we start to actually access our original cognitive abilities that has been blocked through suppression and indoctrination and religion and a whole bunch of limiting beliefs. As you rise above that and you clear that out and you start to tap into your natural original thought processes, or I should say bodily functions, you start to see reality as it truly is, and you then see things in terms of energy, frequency, vibrations, right? Nikola Tesla said this, right? He said that if you understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequencies, and vibrations. And when you start seeing life like that, you see it as a game, really as a game, as a drama playing out, as this grand play, this grand cosmic play taking place. And when you get into that, you shift into a dimension that life is not now working against you or fighting you or whatever, but life is now working for you, where every single thing that happens is to take you and bring you to the place that you desire to be, because you have come into alignment with the now moment, because you have moved out of past and future reality, and you have become in the middle place. Jesus spoke about this. Jesus said that broad is the way for destruction, but narrow is the way to eternal life, right? Narrow. And that narrow part is staying in a space of mind and no mind, where you think, but you only think when you need to think, and at other times you just allow everything just to go by. Just like if it is, you would see cars at the side of a road, or just like you would probably just pass and just see the trees moving by. You understand that thoughts are just a particular dimension. You can see them, but you can't really see them. You can hear them, but you can't actually hear. You're not actually hearing them, but you are hearing. You say, I heard something, but you don't actually hear anything. It was your thoughts. All right. You say, I just saw something, but you didn't actually see it. It was your thoughts. So they operate in a different dimension, a different plane of existence. And that is the mental plane. And this is where I'm talking about, where we are operating simultaneously in multiple dimensions. But because we only think physically, we literally are solidifying ourselves just to this one dimension, this third dimension. But if you understand that you are a multi-dimensional being, you would realize your emotional state, though it cannot be seen, it is felt. That is not just something that just up there in the air. It's actually in a particular dimension. So you have an emotional body that's in a dimension very close and very closely stacked to this current physical dimension. And then you have a dimension that your deep unconscious and subconscious beliefs exist, which is the astral plane. That dimension, you operate more like a light body, where you are more, your body is more buoyant. It's not weighed down by gravity as much. And most times persons tap into the dimension when they are asleep. Then you have your mental dimension, right? That is where your mind exists. Now, for the fact that you have those things, you are also above those things. So the mental plane or the mental dimension is the fifth plane of consciousness. And you are above that. So you are basically a sixth dimensional being, because you contain the fifth, fourth, third, and lower within yourself, but you are above it, right? The second and first, the second one is like a primitive man, the man that just moves primitively, just by instinct. You're instinctual, right? You're not really processing your thoughts. You just react in the moment to what's going on, and you just you do to survive. And most persons, that's why they only see and operate in this three dimension and don't go above, because they are behaving animalistically. They just do things just to eat. They're just working to eat. They're just working just to survive. You know, you're working just to be able to procreate. You do it just to have sex, just to be able to get somebody who you can have sex with them. I have to pay them or for them to love you enough to what you can provide and do for them so they can have sex with you. And it's just base level of instinct behavior that most human beings operate in. And until you get outside of that, you would not be able to see reality in the way that it truly operates and is. So you are a six-dimensional being, all right? And the reason why is because above that, in the seventh, eighth, and ninth dimension, going above that, you then merge back into the light. You merge back into the pureness of reality, and you are no longer aware of individuality. Everything cool, my brother. Everything blessed. I'm glad you're on the live, man. All right, so everything disappears or dissolves back into the light. You know, like the seven rays. So when you look at the rainbow, that spectrum, those seven colors you see, is just a fragmented white light. Well, in the spectrum that we can take up with our natural eyes, it's basically white light being separated into the seven spectrums, right? So once it goes past 6, it blends back into this white light. So your individuality your red, yellow, black, white, whatever, your individuality, then is erased and you merge back into the mass consciousness, and then after into the all, into the universe, into the cosmos. So right now we're basically 6 dimensional, but most persons are literally stuck on the second or third dimension of reality in the way that they are thinking, operating, and behaving in their daily life. You see that pause there? That pause brought intensity. It brought energy. See, active is where we operate and function. Anything that's been seen, heard, thought of, felt, that's active energy. It's feminine energy. Stillness is masculine energy. It's grounded. It's focused. And need the blend of both. You need the blend of both. You need to merge those two energies together. The active energy and the inactive energy. You need to be able to sit still with yourself. Sit still with your thoughts. Sit still with your emotions and allow them to rage and rave and just allow them. Just appreciate them. Just hold them. Because what has been happening is for not just this lifetime, but for all of your lifetimes, your karmic energy built up to you experiencing these things because there was suppressed emotion, suppressed energy. And energy is not meant to be suppressed, it's meant to be freed. Energy is free. You have free will, but most persons don't operate in free will. Most persons are bound by the beliefs, by the actions, by the thoughts, by the suggestions of the persons that influence their lives growing up. Your parents, your teachers, your grandparents, your persons in your village, older children, or even peers that you looked up to, or looked for confidence in. All of those shaped who you believe you are, but that is not who you are. You are an interdimensional cosmic being having a temporary experience here in a flesh. So in this third dimension, you dropped, your level of consciousness dropped, and you do not even realize that you are your own higher consciousness. You tap into this when you become still, present. Jesus said that when it is you pray, say go into the secret place. But in another sense, you can say go into the silence. Go into the hidden place. Into a place where nobody can see you. Go inside of you. And you converse. You speak to the Father. And what the Father heard in secret, what the Father heard in quiet, what the Father heard in stillness, He would reward openly. He would bring that out from the inactive to the active. So you get still, and internally you allow the reality that you want to build inside of you. And slowly, because just like a flower, just like if you look at a flower, you see it will merge and it will start to do like this. And the entire flower comes from inside out. All right, similar to a baby. If you look at that baby and the cells are expanding, eventually the baby looks like it's unfolding into this reality. And basically, we continue doing that and we unfold all the way out to death and we fold into another reality. It's like this infinity loop. You know, you fold out of one reality and you fold into another reality. This continuous loop. Because life and time is a spiral. It's not straight and linear. All right, and it's a spiral. Time moves spirally, cyclically. All right, not necessarily in a circle, but it continues going up in higher and higher octaves, higher and higher dimensions. You see it on the Lucifer piano. You see it in the colors, from the dark colors to the lighter colors. All right, everything in life moves in a spectrum, and that's basically different dimensions that we operate in. So when you're thinking, what happens is it trickles down. So from your unconscious higher self, that's in the seventh, eighth, ninth dimension. All right, and the reason why it only goes up to 9 because after you reach to 1 0, all right, it goes back to 1. It's basically 1. All right, and 11. Though they say it has 12 dimensions, right, 11 or 12 dimensions to support the current universe and how it is and what we know it as, it needs to have at least 11 dimensions. All right, but like I said, most of those in terms of consciousness just becomes the light, and just more and more pure light that we don't even comprehend what it looks like, because this light that we see, the sunlight, that is still like, you can look at the sun. You can literally look at the sun. I look at the sun for like 15 minutes. 5, 10, 15 minutes, I could just look at the sun, because my eyes grew accustomed to looking at the sun, and that the sun feeds you. The light from the sun feeds you. It feeds you melatonin, which helps your brain function better. It helps all of your lymphatic and endocrine system. It really gets boosted by the sunlight entering into your eyes. And I hardly get sick, or even if I do get something because I overworked myself, literally in a day or two, I would recover very quickly. Because I'll just go outside, I'll lie down on the ground, or I'll go somewhere where I can lie on the dirt, and I would absorb the energy from the earth, because we are literally like electric magnetic bodies. Our bodies, with the constant movement of blood and the constant circuitry in our brain, we are producing electricity and magnetism within our body. The earth is very magnetic. When you ground yourself, meaning you put in the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet, you see, if you realize it's different, they're not the same as the rest of your skin. When you connect those parts with the earth, directly with the earth, all right, you get more energy into your body. And if you look at Aboriginal or even prehistoric, whatever, like if you look at persons that are not modern people, ancient cultures, you see they walk bare feet. Or they may have a bare sand, but most times in those areas they walk barefoot, and they're super connected to nature, they're super connected to the divine, they're super connected to all that is taking place in reality, in true reality. All right, shamans and sages and these people and them. So that's something you want to do. You want to ground yourself, connecting yourself to the earth, and looking at the sun, getting fed, because the earth is being fed by the sun. Everything on this earth is actually alive because of the light of the sun being produced on it. So once you connect with that energy, your energy in your body starts to increase more and more gradually. All right, guys, I think I gave you guys a lot to digest. You can let me know what it is you think about what are your thoughts? Let me know your thoughts towards what I shared about the interdimensionality in which we exist in. That our mental, that how we think is trickled down from a higher plane that we are unconscious of. It enters, because the thought comes out of the silence. The thought enters into your mind. Most times, not even your thought. You're like, where this thought came from? The thought enters into your mind, and you have a choice. You can either observe the thought, or you can engage with it and dig with it. Now, if you do that and you dig with the thought, that's when you're actively using the mind now to figure out a solution, figure out a problem. But if it's a thought that you realize it's just going to just cause you stress, anger, worry, pain, strife, whatever, you let that thought go. You allow it to go by. Whatever emotions will stir up because that thought passed through your mind, that's because your emotional body is attached between your astral body and your mental body. So the astral body, like I said, is basically your unconscious or subconscious beliefs is your astral body. So from the unconscious to the conscious, the bridge is that subconscious astral plane. So when the mental expression takes place, that also triggers off the emotional. And that's when it is, you see, a thought goes through your body. You feel the clench in your stomach. You feel the tightness in your throat. You feel the pain where you would have felt the pain when the original hurt or trauma would have happened. That original pain will continue being there until you love it. Until when that thought goes by, you can let it go. And you realize it's gone. And this is what true forgiveness is. This is what true forgiveness is. True forgiveness is literally forgetting. You see, they say that God throws into the sea of forgetfulness. At your highest level of frequency, at the most high, right? So you say God is the most high, the most high frequency. At the most high frequency that you can get at in terms of thinking, you operate in your God energy, where your thoughts are higher than the primitive man thoughts, where your ways are higher than the primitive man ways. All right? You see the things that you spoke to when it comes to pass, your word, you honor it more than your name because you understand the power of the word. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. So as you think this thing, whatever you grab onto, that's already a thought. That's already words being spoken in your mind. As you allow thoughts to go their way, those thoughts no longer create your reality. And then you actually hold on to the thoughts that you want to think about, the thoughts that you want to see expressed into your reality. That's what you start doing. And other times you just let all thoughts go. You don't think about anything because you have to get back to realizing I am not my thoughts. I am not my thoughts. I am not my emotions. I am not my body. They are just tools to help me, this eternal being, express myself in this mass cosmic mishmash of reality. They are not me. My emotions, my mental struggles, my thoughts, my feelings, my body, it is not me. You realize, you say, why did I think that? So if you're questioning that, that means there's something else having the thought. There is two. And Jesus said, when the two becomes one, the one becomes two, that is when you have eternal life. That's when salvation comes. That's when it is. Now I'm saying this from the Nag Hammadi books, right? So if you only read the canonized Bible and you do not, and you haven't explored the other gospels that were recorded, you're missing a large chunk of Jesus' teachings. All right, that really helps you understand some of the canonized version a lot better. All right. So guys, that's enough for tonight. I am feeling my energy starting to weigh on me. Okay, that means that what that tells me is that you guys are receiving. All right. If I can feel it, just like Jesus, when the woman touched him, he said, "I felt virtue left me." Once you're in tune with your body, you would feel it. So that means persons are receiving what I'm saying. Is helping them to understand themselves a little better, and this is what I am here to do. I'm here to make freedom possible for as many people as I can. I said the post last week. I said it. I have found a way. And it's interesting. It's simple. Literally, reading the Gospels now is like reading a page of my daily life, and I want that for every single person. I want every single person to know what salvation truly is, to know what it means to go through daily life and just be taking care of like the plants, just be taking care of like the ravens. Literally for this last few weeks, I'm not having a vehicle and having to go great distances that is not on properly established bus routes. I am getting rides that is taking me literally right to where I need to go, and it baffles me. Not even, and most like from people that is totally unexpected. I got to like 3 places today that should have taken me at least 2 hours to do so, and literally it took me less than 30 to 40 minutes of actual travel time to get to those locations because of drops and rides that came to me without me actually pushing for it. So allow yourself to come to the understanding that the universe is working with you. You are co-creating with the universe, and that everything is happening for you and not to you, and you will be free.